An investigation in St. Paul after a child is hit by gunfire. This happened around 7:40 last night. 700 block of 3rd Street East in the Dayton's Bluff neighborhood. Police say it looks like a 4-year-old girl may have accidentally shot herself. She's expected to be okay. At this point, we don't know how the girl got the gun. Stay with WCCO as we work to learn more today about the investigation.
Hours after the death of Justine Daymond, we've learned BCA investigators conducted searches at the shooting scene and her home. They were looking for fingerprints, weapons, bodily fluids, controlled substances, and more. But as Jeff Wagner learned, community members are now looking for ways to prevent something like this from happening again.
Clearly, we have a problem, and it cannot stay the way that it is.
That belief is what drew so many people on a rainy night to this room. The problem, they feel, is policing.
And people have all just said to us over and over, what can we do?
And with them, they brought their own solutions, posting the ideas under categories including accountability. Scott Harold had one he uses often.
If they see a police officer that has pulled somebody over or engaging them in conversation, to videotape those police.
BCA investigators say a witness did just that, moments after Damon was shot in the alley near her southwest Minneapolis home. Hours later, BCA investigators were picking apart the scene in search of evidence. Search warrant documents show they recovered a phone near her body.
It looks like we are having some difficulty there with the audio. The Damon family attorney, Bob Bennett, says Justine's fiance has no problems with the search of the home. He says BCA agents were respectful and that it is part of a routine investigation. Do stay with WCCO for continuing coverage of the investigation into the death of Justine Daymond.
A former Minneapolis police officer has pleaded not guilty to assault after being accused of kicking a man in the face during a domestic disturbance call. 36-year-old Christopher Michael Ryder is charged with 3rd-degree assault. Surveillance video shows Ryder as a police officer allegedly kicking Mohammed Abdi Osman in May 2016. Osman was on his hands and his knees. He suffered a broken nose and a brain injury. Ryder's attorney says his client's use of force was legally justified. Ryder entered his plea in Hennepin County Court on Monday, a jury trial scheduled to start on October 2nd.
Vice President Mike Pence cast the tie-breaking vote allowing debate on an Obamacare overhaul in the Senate. Majority Leader Mitch McConnell implored fellow Republicans to vote yes, saying people are hurting under the Affordable Health Care Act. John McCain took part in the vote as well after learning just last week that he has brain cancer. He warned his colleagues it would be difficult to pass a final piece of legislation.
Will not vote for this bill as it is today. It's a shell of a bill right now. We all know that.
Senators from Maine and Alaska were the only 2 Republicans to join Democrats in opposition of the bill. A debate is expected to last all week between moderate and conservative Republicans who are at odds over a replacement plan.
Riders of Southwest Transit can expect to pay a little more this year to get to the state fair. For most adults, 13 to 64-year-olds, cost is going from $5 to $8. If you go in a pair, you save $1 on that and pay $15. If you're over the age of 65 or a child 6 to 12 years old, that will cost you $5. Children under 5 are free. Since 1988, Southwest Transit has been connecting people from Carver, Chaska, Chanhassen, Eden Prairie to the Great Minnesota Get Together. According to the company CEO, the price increases will cover fuel, staffing, and weekday parking lot rental.